Picture this. You wake up 5 years from now, having achieved a goal you once thought impossible. How did you do it? What if the answer wasn't a sudden burst of motivation, but the consistent, subtle redirection of all those wasted moments you barely notice? We're diving deep into a hypothetical scenario where your downtime becomes your greatest asset. The same question comes from Ryan, who asked, what if your idle time became your greatest weapon? If you're ambitious, but perpetually too busy, this one's for you. You don't need a time machine or a monk's schedule. You need a plan for the 5 or 10 minutes you waste between meetings, while your coffee brews, or during ad breaks. Ready? Let's turn pocket-sized gaps into actual progress. Most people bleed hours into scroll. Depending on the source, average daily screen time is often reported between about 4 and 7 hours a day. That's dozens of hours a week that include a lot of idle, low-value scrolling. Those minutes add up fast. The headline is boring but useful. There's a lot of recoverable time. Start with a mindset shift. Idle time is not wasted if you use it for microactions that compound. Think of time like sand in an hourglass. Most people pour it down the side. You want to funnel that sand into neat stacks. The math is friendly. Reclaim just 15 minutes a day and you pick up about 91 hours per year. That's not a motivational poster. That's a tiny online course, a language level up, or a stack of drafts for your book. First, micro-learning and spaced repetition. Bite-sized lessons plus repeated recall outperform long single cram sessions. Apps and short exercises that take 2 to 5 minutes slot into idle moments perfectly. Flashcards, 1-minute grammar drills, a quick code kata. Micro-learning research shows these tiny, frequent interactions improve retention and make learning frictionless. Second, tiny habits and implementation plans. Don't say, learn Japanese. Say, after I sit on the subway, I will do 2 flashcards. BJ Fogg's Tiny Habits idea and implementation intention research both show that anchoring tiny actions to existing triggers dramatically increases follow-through. Make the action so small your brain can't argue with it. Third, temptation bundling. Pair something you love with something useful. Only listen to your favorite podcast while practicing scales. Only watch that true crime episode while doing your daily language review. A field experiment on temptation bundling found it boosts adherence. Make the pleasurable thing conditional on the useful thing, and your lazy self suddenly becomes cooperative. Fourth, the Pomodoro-ish focus sprint for slightly longer idle blocks. If you grab a 25-minute window or a condensed 12-minute sprint, structure it, work hard, then rest. Controlled studies show time-boxed sprints reduce fatigue and improve sustained output. When you do get deliberate time, make it measurable. Concrete, boringly practical examples you can steal tomorrow. Replace one commute doom scroll with a 10-minute language deck. Turn one ad break into 5 minutes of reading a chapter on your phone reader app. Use standing in line moments to plan one micro-task. Write a single sentence that moves your project forward. Those micro-wins make the next micro-win easier, and the brain rewards you for the tiny dopamine hit that comes from finishing something, however small. Design your environment so lazy choices are the productive ones. Put the language app on your home screen. Add a physical cue. Leave a notebook by the kettle to force one creative sentence when your tea is ready. Hide the doomscroll app under a folder called Danger. The Fog model is simple. Make the behavior easy, obvious, and satisfying. A realistic 30-day plan. Week 1, pick one tiny habit. 2 minutes. Week 2, anchor it to a daily trigger. After I brush teeth. Week 3, add temptation bundling. Only podcast during the habit. Week 4, measure and add one more tiny habit: hydration. 1 card, 1 stretch. Small stacks beat heroic resets. Microhabits are not magic. They need repetition and a tiny dose of patience. Habit formation average times vary, but a methodical habit is more durable than a heroic binge. Also, swapping all idle time for productivity risks turning life into a checklist. Use idle time hacking to serve your life, not replace joy. Temptation bundling helps. You don't give up pleasure. You attach pleasure to progress. Quick tactical checklist you can use right now. Pick your one tiny action: 2 minutes. Choose the trigger: commute, kettle, bathroom. Add a reward: 1 song, 1 sip, a tiny tally mark. Make the tool obvious: app on home screen. Sticky note. Do it for 2166 days and see what stacks. The outcome is not perfection, it's leverage. Small minutes repeated become your unfair advantage. Bottom line: idle time is not your enemy. It's the raw material of mastery. Your phone doesn't steal hours by itself. You let it. Reclaim 5, 10, 15 minutes daily with micro-learning, tiny habits, temptation bundling, and focused sprints. Over weeks and months, the compound interest shows up: new skills, calmer mornings, fewer frantic cram sessions. Stay curious. Be slightly ruthless with your friction. and treat spare minutes like tiny deposits into your future self's bank account. What will you do with your next pocket of free time?